RaceRoom racing experience was recently updated, so in this video I'm going to be jumping into the newly tweaked, newly sounding Tatuus Abarth and talking about the update as well as the handling of the car, all whilst doing ranked racing. Fasten your seatbelts, get ready for some racing, here we go. Welcome back to the Game of Muscle YouTube channel. Click that like button and subscribe if you enjoy sim racing content. So here we are on a ranked server in the newly adjusted Tatuus Abarth. I didn't really qualify, so we're starting at the back here. And it's just a 15-minute race, so this is set up at the moment for rookie racing. But really nicely, and I think this is one of the big things with RaceRoom that's pretty compelling since they've added the ranked servers, is you can literally load up the game and you'll be able to find ranked servers with people in them. Granted, you're going to find that they are mostly active from on the weekend. So right now it's 1 PM on a Saturday and we've got like 15 to 25 people in 3 or 4 of the servers. But on your weekdays, it's normally active UK times from around about 3 PM to about 10 PM. You'll find at least 4 or 5 servers with 12 plus people in them, allowing you to have a reasonably good race. And also, obviously, it's got all the ranking and everything there, so after you do a race, you can see your progression on the ranks, and it's quite satisfying seeing that you've got better or worse. In my case, normally worse. Mostly from, trying to not hit into other people. Look at this. Got some spinners there. I'm going to go around the outside. But, yeah, this Tatuus is really, really fun to drive. And as a training car, he's braking so early, I'm locking up. As a training car is great because you have so much sort of driver agency with this vehicle. It really wants to rotate and slide around, and I don't know if it's because this track in particular is quite low grip, or because this is running hard tyres, or I don't know what the actual if it's always this slippy on all the tracks in RaceRoom, but for whatever reason. The car is very slippy, and often that would be annoying, but because this car has so much playable slip angle, you can use that slip in a way that just makes it fun to handle it. It forces you to really have a good sense of control of the vehicle, really use your sort of control skills to balance the slides in a way that's actually useful to lap pace. If you listen here, turn the... don't look it up. If you turn the engine sound up, you can have a brief appreciation of the engine note here. I'll stop talking so you can listen to the sound, and we'll talk about what this sounds like. I think they've done a really good job on the sound with this car. I mean, one of the nice things with RaceRoom is that the sounds are absolutely fantastic across the board, like really immersive sounds. If you've got a rig with nice speakers on it, or even surround sounds, you'll find that RaceRoom is just super, super immersive audio to drive. Really feel like you're in some kind of grunty beast wagon. I'd say the only driving simulator that has better audio. Where's he going? Better audio than RaceRoom is Assetto Corsa Competizione, and the occasional mod for the original AC sometimes has better audio. I really like the sounds of the RSS cars, for example, but all the cars in RaceRoom sound absolutely fantastic. These guys. So, as I said earlier, you have to be careful with this car. It's very slippy and very low downforce. You got to be careful on the throttle, you got to be careful on the brake, or you will lose it, as those drivers are finding. What's really nice with the audio though with this car is when you come off the throttle, you hear like it sounds like Millennium New Year. Oh, here we go. These guys are all killing each other. Calm down, guys. They need to drink a cup of tea. Yeah. Listen to those fireworks as you come off the gas pedal. It's really nice. Makes you feel like you're actually in something with petrol going through it, backfires and what have you. we go. How are we in 4th place here? My technique of poisoning the grid has paid off. But also, in terms of the actual visuals and stuff of this car, like, obviously the RaceRoom game engine itself is quite old now. They have been updated, they have improved the graphics here and there. I think it looks quite pleasant. Personally, it's kind of a bit like, it's kind of got that kind of iRacing-y graphics quality to it. It's very functional and very clean. I quite like that. But I know whenever we live stream this, some people are like, oh, it looks like R Factor. And then, for me personally, it's all about frame rate and it looking convincing with a nice frame rate. And to me, RaceRoom does do that. And I think that, you know, the tracks look really nice. The lighting's really nice. The smoke effect's really nice. And the actual Tatuus car model, when you're driving near other vehicles, ideally when they haven't crashed into the wall, also looks, you know, it looks really nice. It's very convincing when you're in a grid of cars all driving around. You don't think, oh, this looks like something from the 80s. And crucially though, and one of the really big things that stands out with RaceRoom, and always has stood out with RaceRoom, is the netcode and the multiplayer, in that even if you're racing against people that have pretty bad pings, the netcode allows people to have a little bit of car contacts without it totally breaking the sim, like, or the car just going flying off. Having played a lot of iRacing recently, it's been absurd the amount of times we've been wrecked by netcode or slight contact causing the car to pinball off the track. So if you're the type of person that really likes sort of, you know, your classic BTCC touring car, a little bit of trading paint driving, well, RaceRoom's kind of like the benchmark really for multiplayer and having a bit of contact. And then even when it comes to these kind of Formula cars, we were live streaming this the other day. We did like a 6-hour live stream of these. We were driving these vehicles and the silhouette cars, and you know, we were having like nice argy-bargy racing. Sometimes it results in an accident, but most of the time there were just gentle touches, and it just allows for really close, aggressive driving, which, you know, this would be a junior trainer. You're gonna, if you watch these types of racing on TV, there's a lot of wheel contact, there's a lot of bouncing off each other, and a lot of the time you get on with it and keep racing. And often that's just not simulated in Sims, so it's really nice that that's a feature in RaceRoom. Right, look out! This car just, it's so nimble. When you turn the wheel, it turns in, back comes out. Great. When you get on the brake, especially when you move the brake bars back as I have, the back comes out. Great. When you get on the throttle pedal, back comes out. Great. When you come off the throttle pedal, lift off oversteer, back comes out. Great. It's so good. I mean, in my mind, that's what you want. A car should always want to oversteer, and then you should have the ability to tone that oversteer down. You want the car to be like a drunk, meandering all over the place, lost in Las Vegas after losing all its money on a slot machine. But unlike a drunk, you want to be able to control it. So, you know, as drunk as possible, but still controllable as possible, and that makes a good car in my mind. Welcome to Game & Muscle's completely useless analogies.com. Let's try and catch up with this guy here. Oh. So the current state of play then, whoa, with RaceRoom is that if you basically, from my perspective, where RaceRoom sort of fits in with the other Sims is that you get the real value of RaceRoom is the sort of ranked servers that they've got running all the time, and also the league options you've got, and then the fact that it's free to play, so you can just try it out and see if you like it or not without having to spend any money. But if you wanted to do the ranked racing, all you need is one of the cars on the current track that's running. So for like, it probably works out about £35. You buy VRRP from the RaceRoom store, and then you buy credit through the game after buying the VRP. That's the cheapest way to do it. For like £35, I mean, you can buy the whole like complete pack for like £60 or something. They do sales on it every year. But for like 35 quid or so, you could just buy one of the cars that's racing in the current series. So, and most of the series are like they're running like tons of cars in them. You don't need to own all the cars to take part. So like if you just bought like the Porsche GT3 car, this Tatuus, and you know one other car, that's probably going to cost you less than £12, £15, and they might also already be in a pack. And actually, some of the cars on the ranked servers and tracks are actually free stuff anyway, so you can just jump in and drive them. And then you just get the basic track packs. It probably works out about 30 quid or so. And as long as you're in the European time zone, particularly, you'll then be able to just have pretty nice entertaining racing. With a nice little ranking system to see that your EP's growing or shrinking. That's you know, it's just nice. It's nice as a jumping simulator with nice little racing with a good little bit of contact. And you have a lot more variability in RaceRoom. Because there's a lot more content, and the track variability is a lot more than what you get in ACC, for example. I totally think ACC is worth getting if you're a GT3, GT4 fan. But you will also need a moderately fast computer for something like ACC, and obviously everyone should own AC. But RaceRoom has its own little niche, I think, for people that want to have some sort of ranking and point system and see themselves improve, and jump in online racing without having to organise anything with leagues or anything. That's the really nice aspect of RaceRoom. Also, if you've got a slower computer and you still want something that runs decently. And also it runs pretty well in VR, though I haven't tested it recently, but last time I tested it a while back, it ran pretty nicely in VR. So if you've got a VR headset, it's also an option for that. We've got to catch up Elbush. I want to get third place out of this. Got to drive smooth here. Rocketing down here. Oh. This Hockenheimring's a fantastic circuit, I find. They've just added this to iRacing, I believe. I was racing it in the week 13 with the Ferraris, which was quite good fun. It's a track that seems to be quite conducive to good quality racing. I think because what happens is when people do crash on this track, it's quite a wide track in a lot of places, and when people do crash on it, they tend to slide off the circuit rather than being stuck on the racing line. But this corner here, the right-hander here, is really hard in this car on RaceRoom. It feels to me as if like this car could do with having a notch more downforce for that specific corner, but then that might compromise you for the long straight. So this Tatuus lures you into thinking you've got more downforce than you actually possibly have. And definitely do not go into this Tatuus thinking it drives like the one in Assetto Corsa, because they handle totally different. The one in RaceRoom handles more like what you'd expect something like a Formula Ford or something. It's way more rotative. As I say, it could be down to track grip and car setup as much as anything else. Come on, we're getting better lines. I'm desperate to catch this guy before the end. I want to get a podium. Come on, 1 minute 47. Literally just jumped into this. No, look at the sky there. It's a bit bland sky, but look at the reflection. It's all nice and grey. Looks just somewhat British. It's about to rain in a bit. Perfect simulation of real life for me. Oh God, I did. Oh Jesus, that was not good for lap time. Totally missed break point there. As you see, you get notifications there for. You've got instant points, so if someone crashes a lot, they get booted from the server eventually. So, and that also affects your rating, which is nicely done. You also have a track cut system where you'll have to come off the throttle on the straights. You have to come fully off the throttle, just come off it a bit, and it'll count it down. So they've actually that was a few updates ago. They really improved the penalty system so that it's as less obnoxious as possible. And I say actually out of all games penalty systems, This one does work really nicely. You just have to remember that you don't have to come all the way off the throttle to serve the penalty. You can just lift it a bit and, you know, not you don't have to park it or anything. So the penalties often feel somewhat fair. Whoa! That corner, like when you're in the turn on this and you're sliding, the car is in a state of soon to kill you. You really have to be nice and gentle with it. Treat it gently. Oh my god, come on. If I hadn't messed up that corner before, we would be right on them now. Come on, Mr. Tatuus. Nicely as well, RaceRoom of course all works with Sim Hub, so at the moment I'm using a dash. I've got all my, if you type in £150 motion rig on YouTube, you'll see all my the Dayton audio pucks transducer system. RaceRoom works with all that, so I can feel the front slip through my vibration and my gear shifts and everything. Really nice for immersion. You know, functionally, RaceRoom is just, apart from some like weirdo stuff sometimes with controller bindings, it seems to forget randomly. I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, he's made a huge mistake. Apart from that, RaceRoom's actually, you know, nice and clean and relatively user-friendly to use. Oh, come on. Here we go. He's under pressure. It's going to be a final corner bonanza, late on the brakes. Oh, he's early on the brakes and nearly went into the back of him there. Oh, come on. Come on. What a send. First class delivery. I can't believe he left the door open. Come on, go. There we go. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. There's a little bit of contact there, but I think it was friendly contact. You know, I've literally just jumped into this. Half the grid killed themselves, which is to my benefit. But, you know, you just had some nice racing. I didn't have to sort anything out. This is the beauty of ranked servers. Servers that are running with content. I say they change the tracks actually once a week on this. So you get time to practice the track, you get used to it. You can just do races. It's like the good old Live for Speed days. And also nicely... I've not found people outright wrecking in RaceRoom as well, which is pretty good, so it's sort of somewhat moderated. But yeah, so ultimately, this the Tatuus is nicely done. I thought I'd play the logo again there. The Tatuus is nicely done. Nicely handled car, fun to drive, tricky, feels great, nice force feedback, nice sound. Online rank racing, give it a go is basically what I'm saying. If you take anything away from this video, give RaceRoom a go. If you're buying into it, remember to use VRRP for the RaceRoom store. I'll put links in the video description. But check it out. That's what you've got to do. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. But that's it. That's it, guys, for this video. So thank you for watching. Make sure to click that like button and subscribe. Also, if you are buying Fanatec stuff, remember we've got a Fanatec affiliate link. Really appreciate everyone that does that. But until the next one, guys, happy tea drinking and goodbye, everybody.